So I have to take a victory lap on this Roku because it was an exercise in patience. There were a lot of people on the Discord that I know took it with me, and unfortunately, I just found out that some did not hold on to it. I got into this on Tuesday the 11th. Some people have asked me why that's the case. Well, to me, it's pretty clear. I like to go on simple horizontal levels, and if we look at the price action for the last couple of weeks, you see it's made a nice range here. All you had to do was buy in here and have a stop to get out a little bit below the lows. And that's where I had mine. And I held and I held and I held for 2 weeks. And at several points, this was below my entry point. This was in the negative. At many points, just about every day, it was in the negative and bounced back and forth. And people would ask me every day, what do you think about Roku? What do you think about Roku? I was like, it's just hanging out. Finally, today, huge pop. And so patience paid off. For you guys that are trading, you have to have patience. You have to sit and you have to wait on things to move in your favor. Don't let the day-to-day price action distract you from your plan. So on the next one, stick with your plan. Don't get shaken out of your position. That's the market trying to take your money and not let you have the rewards that you deserve for the patience that you put in. So now here are my thoughts on Tesla and Apple's upcoming split. There's been a lot of opinions about what the split is going to mean. Once it was announced, there's been a huge pump in these stocks in anticipation of it. And the story, quote unquote, that people are telling themselves is once these stocks split, it's going to attract new investors that are going to be able to buy because it's at a lower price. I think this is bogus because right now, if you wanted to, on Robinhood, you could buy fractional shares of any of these. So if you really want to get into Tesla or Apple, it doesn't matter what the strike price is. Also, just assuming that every single person on Robinhood goes out and buys one share of this stock, maybe 1 million people buy it when it drops down to the price that it is. That's not going to matter to the market cap of these stocks very much at all, much less what institutions are able to do with their positions. The real point here is that stocks move based on surprises. They move in anticipation of something happening. Once that event has happened, there's nothing new to move the stock, at least not positively. That's when people will probably start to take their profits because they're not getting the gains that they want. I've also been seeing a lot of news articles of analysts that are stating their bullish case. And one thing really stuck out at me here, and this is something that I think everyone needs to think about. They're estimating that Apple in the next 12 to 18 months will sell 350 to 950 million iPhones worldwide. A lot of people that are new to stocks will read that and say, oh, Apple is going to sell a 950 million iPhones. That means they're going to make money over the next month. I'll buy it and make money. No. This information is already in the price of the stock. There's 2 things that can happen that would actually move it. Number one, Apple has to sell over 1 billion iPhones to make the stock go up more. Or if they fail to sell 950 million iPhones, that stock will drop. This news is already priced in. This is not bullish news. This is what people are expecting to happen. The only thing that can happen is if they blow it out of the water or they fail to meet these expectations. This is what people are already basing their decision today on when purchasing the stock. I'm also seeing a lot of people's opinions on Reddit about how Tesla is going to be the new Apple. This makes me really, really wary when you start hearing things like the new normal or so-and-so company is going to be the next such and such whatever. People tell themselves stories to justify their positions. And they have to. You have to have a fundamental basis if you're going to be an investor. But that doesn't mean that these people are correct. And the more and more of these stories you see, it does not mean that the stock is getting more and more bullish. That just means more and more people are accepting that this is going to be the best thing since sliced bread. That's why the stock is so high. When everyone agrees that this stock is going to go to the moon and never stop, that's getting close to a top. So the more and more of these really, really bullish, crazy things that I see, the more and more wary I am. So be safe, keep your risk low, and trade with intelligence. Think outside what everyone else is saying. Do your own research, make your own opinions, and stick by them. And if they're wrong, accept it and just get out. There's always another opportunity. As a final cautionary tale, not trying to scare everyone, but there was a time when Amazon, before all their trucks were on the road, dropped off its high a whopping 95%. Now, who wouldn't have liked to have gotten a $3,000 stock for $5? But you have to understand that some people lost a lot of money when this happened. But a lot of people thought that it was the best thing since sliced bread back then. You have to be smart. Do your own research, keep your own records, and trade intelligently. Good luck, guys. See you in the next video.